Welcome to What Was Mommy Thinking? My name is Crystal and I'm so glad that you're here. If you're new, please make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of the fun. And if you're already a subscriber, welcome back. So you know what, guys? It is Tuesday. It is Cook With Me Tuesday. So today we're going to make a staple recipe in my household. If you've watched my last couple of weekly setups, then you'll know that one of the things that gets us through are our egg frittatas. I typically make a double batch of these, which would be 24, and everyone in my house loves them, which is just an added bonus. It's one more thing that I can make that I can control the sodium in for my son, and I know that he's getting something nutritious. He's also getting his belly full, and it's something that my husband and I can have that's healthy and has good protein in it and isn't loaded with a bunch of processed chemicals and things of that nature. So I've had a couple of emails about this recipe, which makes me so happy, and I thought I would do it this week as a cook with me instead of just showing it sort of as a drive-by in one of my weekly prep videos. So let's get started. So you want to pick whatever veggies make you the happiest. Whichever ones you prefer are fine. We typically go with the standard peppers, onions, mushrooms, and spinach. I have tried these with Canadian bacon in them, and I didn't really care for that because you didn't get the value of the taste of the Canadian bacon. I've tried them with sausage on the side, but I actually just prefer the frittata and a little bit of sriracha or hot sauce on it. So what you see me doing here is I had a small baggie of some peppers and onions that we had left from a recipe last week, and I chopped those up really quick, and then I'm just going to chop up part of a yellow bell pepper, half of an onion, and then I've got a towel that's damp over on the side that I'm going to wipe off about half of that container of baby Bella mushrooms and slice those up as well. And what I like to do is get all of my veggies chopped and cook those about halfway done before I add in the spinach, but I do add in about a half of a bag of baby spinach and let that wilt down. It does cook a little bit faster than these other veggies, so I like to put it in later. And guys, I'm going to apologize in advance for my knife skills. I do not have good knife skills. I consider myself lucky just to get through a day of cooking with no cuts and all 10 fingers, and that's no joke. But I do the best that I can, and I try not to go too fast because that's when I tend to make mistakes. And I like to get everything into the pan without any of my finger damaged. So all I'm going to do is get these veggies chopped up and get them into the skillet. Okay, and as you can see there, I was showing you guys the spray that I use. It's just a Smart Balance spray, and I go ahead and spray my muffin tins liberally as well. And I don't just spray in the tin, I do spray the top of it because, as I said, those egg muffins will tend to poof up, and I don't want them to stick to the top when they do because they naturally sink back down when you take them out of the oven. So once I get the veggies in the skillet, I'm going to bring that muffin tin over and really overcrowd my workspace, which is fine. And we're going to start with some shredded potatoes, shredded hash browns, whatever you want to call them. If you prefer the little cubed one, that's fine. You could also even use fresh potatoes. Like if you have some potatoes that you need to use up, you could shred those and use those, or chop them into tiny little cubes and use those. We like these shredded ones because they tend to get crisper or brown up a little bit better. And you're going to start by just putting 2 tablespoons of these shredded potatoes into each of your 12 muffin tins. And what that does is it gives you a little bit of a base and a foundation, and then as you add other ingredients, those flavors kind of sink down into the potatoes. The egg will get down in there, and some of the natural juices from the veggies that you saute get down in there, and it's just deliciousness. So it provides a nice foundation for you. And once you get those full, it's time to set it aside until your veggies are ready to go in. So that's what you'll see me do here. And now we're at the point where the veggies are pretty much done. I've added that half a bag of spinach into those sauteed veggies, and we're at the point now where all I have to do is give it a good stir, go ahead and turn the heat off, and it's ready to go into the muffin tins. You don't need to let this cool or anything like that. And as you can see, because I only use that Smart Balance spray, there's not a bunch of liquid at the bottom of the pan that I have to deal with. Alright, I'm just going to adjust that camera angle so you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to take about 1 to 1.5 tablespoons, and then of course I go back and push it even a little bit further into each of those muffin tins. And you want to kind of just make sure it's level and even, because you have to save room for your egg mixture. One of the things that I hadn't told you guys about these is they have helped me with one of my really bad habits, and that was that I am a breakfast skipper. It was just one of those things. Mornings are typically so busy, especially for us mamas, that we are so busy taking care of everybody else that we either aren't hungry because we're too busy, or we forget to prep for ourselves, and breakfast just wasn't a meal that I ate. And that was something new for me. Like all the way through college and my early adulthood, breakfast was kind of my favorite meal of the day. I used to make myself a hot breakfast most mornings, but that changed over the years and it became a really bad habit. And then by the time lunch rolled around, I was starving. So this has helped a lot with that, as has my oatmeal prep. So once we get all of our veggies into these and get them as full as we think we possibly can, because you know I like to push it, we're just going to take a container and put the rest of the sauteed veggies in it and save those. You can use these with so many different recipes, so do not throw them out. They are delicious in so many ways, and I'll touch on that a little bit towards the end of the video. Right now I just want to get them in a container and send them over to the side to cool, and then we'll put them in the fridge in a bit. Alright, so it's time to do the goodness. For the egg mixture, I put 1 teaspoon of cottage cheese and 1 egg into this little ramekin, and I just use a fork to kind of beat the egg a little bit. And I like to do them individually, A, for calorie and point count, so that we know that just 1 egg went in, and B, so that I don't get any shell directly into the muffin tin on top of my sauteed veggies. And if you are not monitoring your calories or on any type of lifestyle or weight program, you could do all of the eggs, all 12 eggs, and 4 tablespoons of cottage cheese would be the equivalent, and then just put it in equal portions into the 12 muffin tins. I just do them one at a time, and for some reason it doesn't bother me to do all the extra steps, I guess. So some people might wonder why I'm using cottage cheese. I'm using it for 2 reasons. Number 1, it is a little less points for us on Weight Watchers than like a shredded cheddar cheese, and I hate fat-free cheese. For all of you folks that are out there doing Weight Watchers and you can tolerate that fat-free cheese, God bless you, because it's not me. I can't do it. I am a cheese fanatic. I love cheese. So for me, it's got to be the real thing or nothing at all. What cottage cheese does, just like if you've ever made a lasagna or a baked ziti with it, it gives a creaminess and a moisture to the dish without it being overly, like, you don't taste the cottage cheese. It just kind of meshes in with the egg and gives it a little bit extra creaminess. And it also helps with the fact that these are prepped ahead and that we reheat them. So I'm just going to finish this up and then we'll get these pretty things into the oven. Okay guys, I'm super sorry about that. My battery ran out and my SD card got full all at the same time, right? So the last thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of pepper on top of these, and then these are gonna go in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. And when they come out, I will show you guys what they look like. While they're in the oven, I fully expect them to poof and go over the edge here. Over the edge. Anyway, so I fully expect them to go over the edge before they fall back down, because as they cool, they do shrink. Shrinkage. They shrink a little bit, but it's not too bad. And so I'm gonna get these in the oven, and I will show you guys what they look like when they come out. Okay guys, so our frittatas are out of the oven, and it took me a second to get my camera to turn it on. So they've already started to fall back down a little bit. This is what they look like when they first come out. It is normal to have a little bit of this stuff on the edge. When you reheat them in the microwave, they firm up even a little bit more, so this doesn't worry me or concern me at all. They are done. I stuck a toothpick in, it came out clean, and they are so delicious. So make sure you give this a try if you like this type of food. They come out to be 2 points each frittata on Weight Watchers Green Plan. If I eat 2, I make it 5 points just because of the cottage cheese, but you don't have to. It's just a little bit extra for me. And then if you're on the green plan, 1 is 0, 2, it's up to you. 1 teaspoon of cottage cheese per frittata doesn't amount to a point, but it's up to you whether you want to count it or not. And that is egg frittatas. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Whoop. Sorry about that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you give this recipe a try, let me know in the comment section below. Okay guys, these have cooled enough to where I feel comfortable taking them out and showing you guys. So what I'm going to do is just run along the edge here, and it shouldn't be too stuck, just to make sure. I'm so sorry about the background noise, guys. You're going to hear my dishwasher running, and you may hear a timer go off. It is, you know, it's that day of the week when we do all the meal prep. I've got my son's sodium-free bread rising right here. So just have a little bit of patience with me. I promise it's all good. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is try and get it out without it falling apart, which I'm generally pretty good at. Yeah, there comes one. So that's what it looks like. We're gonna put that one in the little bowl, and one of my boys is standing here ever so patiently waiting on one. He would like to have one, so let me see if I can take care of him really quick. That's the thing about cooking in a house full of boys. The smells travel upstairs, and then they come looking for what's yummy right now. Awesome. Okay, Jack, did I have a little plate for you, babe?
I'm putting it. I just didn't want to burn right here.
Oh, it's the stove's not on, baby.
Well,
there you go. Enjoy, sweet boy.
thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so I'm gonna get the rest of these frittatas out. The way that I package them up is, as you can see, only one really fits in this size container. So I take one and I cut it in half and kind of squish it in there. And that's our 2 frittatas for the week. And I'm probably getting all kinds of gasps at, you know, oh my gosh, you're ruining your pan. I probably am. I probably am ruining my pan. Thanks, babe. So I'm gonna take this one, cut it in half. That's what they look like on the inside. Put half down there, and that is a breakfast. All right, you guys, that is it for the frittatas. So guys, this is that leftover little bowl of sauteed spinach, mushrooms, peppers, and onions. And I'm just gonna save this because we have breakfast for dinner on Thursday nights. So if we don't add it into a scramble or something on Thursday night, then I'm sure that we'll use this with something else throughout the week. It's really, really good with cauliflower rice too, if you just want a nice little side dish, but don't throw this out. Okay guys, that's it. That does it for another week of Cook With Me. I want to thank you so much for sticking around to the end of this video and for giving your time to me today. I hope that you found something about this dish that made you want to give it a shot for yourself. If you do give it a try, please leave it in the comments below and let me know what combination of veggies and stuff that you used for it and how you liked it. Next week's Cook With Me video are going to be homemade oatmeal cream pies. Yes, you heard it. Those are my 15-year-old's, well, soon to be 15-year-old son's absolute favorite snack, and because of his sodium restrictions, he can't really have them. So I'm gonna try them out and see if I can make something close to it that he will enjoy. Until the next video, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, be here and be well. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.